Right now, you think you are seeing the real world. You are not. You are seeing a story your brain made up. Everything you see, hear, and remember is a construction, a guess. And your brain lies to you constantly about all of it. But these are not random mistakes. They are some of the cleverest tricks evolution ever invented. And once you see them, you cannot unsee them. Today, we are going to catch your own brain in the act of lying to you. Again and again and again. This is how your brain lies to you. Start with the most basic thing of all, the fact that you are seeing anything at all. It is not as simple as it feels. Light hits your eyes, but your brain does not just receive a picture. It has to build one, piece by piece, from scratch. And building takes time. It takes a fraction of a second for your brain to turn raw light into the world you see. Which means something strange and true. You never see the present moment. You are always living a tiny bit in the past. By the time you see a ball flying toward you, it has already moved. So your brain does something incredible. It predicts. It does not show you where things are. It shows you where it guesses they will be, a heartbeat into the future. Your whole reality is a prediction, a best guess painted in real time that your brain quietly corrects when it is wrong. One neuroscientist put it perfectly. We are all hallucinating all the time. We just call it reality when we agree on it. Most of the wiring in your visual brain does not even carry signals up from your eyes. It carries predictions back down from your brain to your senses. Your brain mostly tells your eyes what to expect, and your eyes only report back when something is surprising, when the guess was wrong. It is the most efficient way to see. Do not process everything. Predict and only pay attention to your own mistakes. So your eyes are not windows, they are paintbrushes, and the painting is always a little ahead of the truth. Now let me prove your brain lies with a hole in your own vision you have never noticed. Inside each eye, there is a spot with no light detectors at all, the exact place where the nerve leaves your eye. It is a real, permanent blind spot, a genuine hole in everything you see, in both eyes, right now. So why have you never seen it? Because your brain refuses to show you the hole. Instead, it lies and fills it in. It looks at whatever surrounds the gap and it invents what should be there. Grass, sky, wallpaper, whatever fits. You can catch it doing this. Close one eye, stare at a spot, and move a small mark until it silently vanishes into the hole. The mark does not turn black. It does not leave a gap. Your brain smoothly paints the background right over it. A French scientist discovered this over 300 years ago and amused the king by making people's heads seem to vanish. And the blind spot is bigger than you would ever guess. Hold up your thumb at arm's length, and the hole in your vision could swallow several of them side by side. You walk around every day with that gap in both eyes, and your brain seamlessly stitches it closed so you never feel a thing. Think about that. Part of what you see every single second is not real. It is your brain confidently making things up. And your brain does not just fill in holes. When the world is unclear, it bets on what is probably true and shows you the bet. In 2015, one photo broke the internet. A single dress that some people swore was blue and black and others white and gold. Same image, same screen, but people saw completely different colors. Around half blue and black, a third white and gold. Why? Because your brain has to guess what light is shining on the dress and quietly subtract it. Different guess, different color. You were never seeing the real colors. You were seeing your brain's assumption about the lighting, and nobody could tell. Here is another. Two squares on a checkerboard, one in shadow, that look totally different shades of gray. They are the exact same color, identical. But your brain knows shadows darken things, so it brightens the shadowed one for you. It is not a glitch. It is your brain being brilliant, correcting for shadow so well that it overrides the literal truth.
And then there's the face you see in everything. A power outlet, a car, the moon, a piece of toast. Your brain is so desperate to find faces that it spots them where there are none in under 0.2 of a second. Because for millions of years, missing a real face, a friend, or a predator was deadly. So your brain guesses face first and checks later. Some still images even seem to move, swirling and drifting, though nothing on the screen changes at all. Scientists still argue about exactly why. Your brain invents motion that is simply not there. And the same image can flip in your mind. Look one way and you see a rabbit. Look again and it becomes a duck. The picture never changed. Your brain did. Two lines of the exact same length can look completely different just by adding little arrows to their ends. Your brain does not measure the world like a ruler. It interprets it using lifetime habits about depth, shadow, and shape. Once you know the trick, you still cannot turn it off. Even knowing the squares are identical, you still see them as different. The lie is automatic. But maybe the strangest lie is this. You believe you see the whole world in front of you. You see almost none of it. In a famous experiment, people watched a video and counted how many times a team passed a basketball. In the middle of it, a person in a full gorilla suit walked right through, stopped, beat their chest, and walked off. And about half the viewers never saw it. A gorilla, in plain sight, completely invisible to them. Their eyes were pointed right at it. The image landed perfectly on their retina. But because they were not paying attention, they were blind to it. Without attention, you do not really see. Your eyes can be wide open and still miss what is right in front of you. Only a tiny circle of your vision, about the width of your thumb at arm's length, is truly sharp. Everything else is a low-resolution blur. Your brain hides this from you too, painting a convincing illusion of a rich, detailed world in every direction. Another beautiful lie. It gets worse. In another test, a stranger asked someone for directions. Mid-conversation, hidden by a passing door, they were swapped for a different person. Different clothes, different face, different voice. And half the people never noticed they were now talking to a stranger. You are not filming the world. You are holding on to a tiny, blurry sketch and trusting your brain that the rest is still there. And here is the final twist. Most people are sure they would notice the gorilla. They are sure they would spot the swap. They are wrong. So your eyes lie to you. But surely your memories are real. Surely the past is safe. It is not. Your memory is not a recording. It is not a video you replay. It is a story you rebuild from scratch every single time. And every time you rebuild it, you can change it, add things, remove things, without ever knowing. Scientists proved this by planting fake memories in people's minds, memories of things that never happened. They convinced grown adults they had been lost in a shopping mall as a child, a whole event invented, and many believed it completely. Some even added their own rich details, the fear, the kind stranger, the moment they were found, all for something that never occurred. And just changing one word can rewrite what you remember. People shown a car crash remembered it faster when asked how fast the cars smashed. A single stronger word, and they even remembered broken glass that was never there at all.
Every time you recall a precious memory, you are not opening a file, you are repainting it, and the new version replaces the old. Which means your most treasured memories may be the ones you have rewritten the most. Cherished, vivid, and partly invented. There is even a name for when huge crowds of people remember the same thing wrong. Famous logos, movie lines, and characters that millions misremember in the exact same way. Nobody fully understands why these shared false memories happen, but they prove memory is not a private recording. It is a guess we can all get wrong together. This is not a small thing. Innocent people have gone to prison because a witness sincerely, confidently remembered the wrong face. In a huge share of wrongful convictions later overturned by DNA, the cause was a confident, honest, and completely mistaken memory. So your brain rewrites the past. It also invents the reasons for what you do, right now, in the present.
In rare patients whose two brain halves were surgically separated, scientists saw this with shocking clarity. They showed the right half a snowy scene and the left half a chicken. The patient's hands pointed to two matching pictures, a shovel and a chicken. But only the talking left half had seen the chicken. So when asked why he picked the shovel, he could not say, "I do not know." Instead, his brain instantly invented a reason. "You need a shovel," he said, "to clean out the chicken shed." Confident, fluent, and completely made up. His brain did not know the real reason, so it wrote a story that fit and believed it instantly. And this is not just brain patients. In one study, people chose the more attractive of two faces. Then, with a sleight of hand, they were handed the face they had rejected and asked to explain why they chose it. Most never noticed the swap, and they happily explained why they loved the face they had actually turned down. Let that sink in. Your brain will invent confident reasons for choices you did not even make, and you will believe every word. So why? Why would evolution build a brain that lies to you this much? The answer is beautifully simple. Survival. Your ancestors did not need the perfect truth. They needed to be fast and right enough to stay alive. A brain that waited for perfect, complete information would be a brain that got eaten. A fast, predicting, guessing brain survived. So your brain evolved to be useful, not accurate. To give you a quick, helpful version of reality, not a true one. Some scientists go further and argue we may never see reality as it truly is. That perception is just a useful interface, like icons on a screen. That idea is still hotly debated, but the gentler truth is solid. Your senses were built to help you survive, not to show you everything. Think of it like the icons on a phone. The little trash can is not really a trash can, but it is useful, and it hides messy complexity you do not need to see. Your perception may work the same way. A simple, useful set of icons, hiding a reality far too complex and strange for your brain to ever show you directly. Color, for example, is not really out there. Light has wavelengths, but the redness of red is painted entirely inside your head. Sound, too. The world is just silent, vibrating air until your brain turns it into music, voices, and meaning. The lies are not bugs. They are features. Shortcuts so good that they kept our fragile ancestors alive for 1,000,000 years. So here is where we end up. You live slightly in the past. You have a hole in your vision you never see. You bet on what is probably there. You miss gorillas in plain sight. You rewrite your memories. You invent your own reasons. Your entire reality is a story your brain tells you. A confident, vivid, beautifully constructed story. But here is the wonder of it. It is not a failure. It is a masterpiece. With incomplete, blurry, delayed scraps of information, your brain builds a world so seamless that you never doubt it. And almost always, it keeps you alive. So trust your reality. Just remember, gently, that it is a story. The best story your brain could ever tell. If this bent your mind even a little, stay curious with me. There is so much more strange and beautiful science to explore. I will see you in the next one.